Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Thursday night. It's time to draw. Those of you that have been coming for a long time, you've heard me say this at the beginning. That Visual Arts Passage logo that you see is what brings you Drawing Hive every week. And we're way into it. 293 episodes of Thursday nights. Yeah, so
It's a lot. It's a
Uh,
lot.
if you don't know what we do, we are an educational program. It's online mentorship that helps people develop careers as illustrators and as gallery artists. And we're very, very good at it. I've just been reviewing some of past students, just talking to our current students about some of the past students, and some of the successes are just amazing. And if you don't know about what we do, check us out. So tonight, kind of going along with what's going
Yeah.
on in the world right now, the Moonshot. We have some great reference. My one of my kind of back to the old world astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, and here's the Artemis 2 crew,
Mhm.
Sally Ride. And then probably the most notable astronaut, Neil Armstrong, in my world anyway.
He did some
Um,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did some stuff. And we got three poses, four pieces of reference, a 40-minute pose and two 20-minute poses. So Cassandra and I are going to start drawing, and I hope you all join us and post your work at the end of the night. So I'm ready to go.
All right, everybody. So please draw along. That's part of the whole thing. So if this is your first time joining with us, I really encourage you to join our Discord server. It's where all the fun happens. It's where the community is, and it's where you can share your art, and we will show it on the show at the end of the episode. So please draw along. I will drop a link to the photo reference too. And yeah, please join the server. It's so much fun. It's my favorite part. Draw along. I'll remind you when to move on to the next images. Yeah, let's go.
Jim,
Was Neil the one that punched the guy that was like nobody landed on the moon? Or
I
was
don't
that
know.
Buzz?
I don't know. It sounds
I feel
more
like
like
it
a
could easily
buzz.
be either of them.
Ah, it
Yeah.
was Buzz. I looked it up.
Um,
Um,
but Neil was the first one
yeah,
to step on the
he
moon.
so Buzz Aldrin in 2002, which that means Buzz. Buzz was an old Buzz.
Yeah.
He was called a thief, a liar, and a coward by Bart Sibrel in 2002, and Buzz punched him.
I mean, what they have to go through to become an astronaut, I mean, that would be so demeaning.
I mean, I'm not a fan of just punching people, but that's pretty funny.
But I get it. I understand.
Hey, we all lose control.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while, you know. I do think it's funny that when you think of the expectations for astronauts, right? They're not only do they have to be like physical specimens, right? They have to like, like they have to basically be like the perfect human, right?
Also, like survivalists, like
Yeah, yeah, totally.
it be prepared for everything to go wrong with
Yeah.
no help.
But then also like very even keel, like
Yeah, yeah.
like like hold yourself under pressure, like be able to, you know, control yourself. Like
Like,
Hmm.
and
like
I
don't. Yeah.
basically like basically like if you told me there was a non-zero chance like one of the astronauts you're sending in space could punch another astronaut, I'd be like probably not a good candidate. But I do think it's hilarious that some astronauts have gone on to do the most crazy things um post space.
Well,
Yeah.
uh, pretty crazy what they did with space.
No,
Basically.
totally. I think what is happening is I am analyzing a the daredevils of the astronaut program to what is like the astronaut program today,
Yeah.
which is very different.
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
is
they basically went up
completely
in a tin can.
yeah, a completely a different group of people. Yeah. Like the mentality was much more like rock star, badass, evil Knievel,
Hmm.
like guys that would get in you could tell them like this car goes 200 miles per hour and they'd be like, let me drive it.
And it's assured to crash, and they still
Yeah.
will
And
be
they're
like,
just
yeah,
like,
no, I'll
hell.
try it.
And those guys are just like, hell yeah. It's tough guy heaven. 1960s astronauts are tough guy heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And
Um,
it's really interesting. You can even see it. They were pretty accurate about it in the right
yeah.
stuff. Um,
Really.
how 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 small they all had to be. And I thought it was really interesting. One of the crew, the tallest crew member on Artemis ever as an astronaut, 6'2". And that's like
Okay.
a giant compared to what they were in the 60s.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
John, do you know what
yeah.
I would do to be 6'2"? That's a giant. No. But you're saying back in the day they were tiny.
Well, no, just to fit in, like,
Yeah.
for pilot for fly in the military too, you have to be under a certain height just to be able to fit in the jet plane. Like, so you have to, I think it's like 5'10" and below.
Yeah. Benjamin Gabriel goes, I'm 6'2". Get out of here, you tall man. Don't, okay. You're just rubbing it in. All right, I'm 5'8".
Did you see that Colbert clip of Paul Rudd? Like, Colbert's like, what if you could change like anything about yourself as a movie star, what would it be? And he'd be like, I'd be 6'2".
Really?
Yeah.
Really? 6'2"? Exactly. Okay, wow. That's funny.
Yeah. So I think it's funny.
Didn't know that. I guess
Oh,
that's what we call parallel thinking.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
Gary said the punch went to court and the judge laughed it off. To be fair, Buzz politely asked the guy to go away, even backed away himself until the guy cornered him.
that's exactly what I would. Is it filmed? Because that's exactly what I would say. I'm not. I'm not like a. I'm not like pro or anti Buzz, but I just find it funny. Oh, it's filmed.
Oh,
Okay, cool. I gotta watch
okay.
it. I'll pull it up. We're gonna pull it up. Just that's what Drawing Hive becomes. It just becomes a highlight reel of like old World Star videos. No, we're not doing that. What have you all been working on this week?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to make up for lost time of having a
Really?
fun week off. So I'm working on a piece for actually Robert Lang Studios show coming up. It's called Beyond Belief. It's a magical realism show. So pushing hard to get that piece done.
What was the name of the show again?
Beyond Belief.
Is that like part of the theme?
Yeah, so it's magical
Sure.
realism. So like,
Okay.
which, I fall into that,
Yeah.
realistic, but
Uh huh.
not fully real.
Uh huh. Nice. John, what have you been working on? Mostly.
Well, I've been kind of recovering a little bit. We had my wife's mother-in-law, my wife's mother passed away. We had her
Oh, I'm
funeral
sorry to hear that.
this last
I'm
weekend,
so sorry.
and it's been a long,
Yeah.
long road. But I started I got one portrait commission, and I got two landscape commissions, and I started the portrait, do something a little, because the last one I finished was a landscape. So I started a
Yeah. Are you gonna switch cams or are you waiting? Sorry, I
oh
didn't know if
I,
you're
I have no I absolutely I'll switch. I forgot.
Cassandra, did you follow the Artemis 2 pretty closely? I kind of missed a lot of it,
I've been like
unfortunately.
checking in and stuff. I mean, I've enjoyed seeing like a lot of the photos they've
Yeah.
taken. That's been really cool, and
Uh-huh.
just yeah, I don't know. It felt exciting. It felt like we were got to see more and
Yeah.
experience back like it used to be. It's been so long since we've had a cool astronaut experience that we could follow along with.
Yeah. I I missed a lot of I'm kind of bummed though because my nephew just got into space like big time.
Oh, good timing on his
And
part.
it's crazy because I mean, I can't wrap my head around this. He's like he's crazy smart. He's wildly smart. And I'm not like I would tell people like, I think like, I'm not bragging. Like,
No, no, no. I
you know
get
what I
what you
mean?
mean.
Like,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
the person to be like, my nephew's kind of like,
He's got
kind
so
of
many amazing qualities about
really,
him.
like, yeah, no, I'm just literally saying fact, like, he's a little too smart,
Hmm.
alarmingly smart. Like, he's like, you know, like 4, and he's like already like understanding like the difference, like different lives of stars and like galaxies. And I mean, I don't even know enough of the words. He was telling me what I forgot what it was. I knew supernova, and I was like, I said what it was, and he was like, no, actually. He hit me with the no, actually. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
used to
it's
it.
humbling getting corrected by
Yeah.
a small child. It happens
Yeah.
a lot to me.
And so I'm trying to ask him like hypotheticals. I'm like, would you, buddy, these people, they're going to space. You are like, I was like, you're born in the you're born just in time for you know, intergalactic travel potentially.
Hmm.
Do you want to which is exciting to tell a little kid that like maybe, you know, you could,
Yeah.
and you're smart. Like your sister, definitely not. Like I love his sister. She's normal smart. Right? She's not at,
Hmm.
we have to be able to say like astronaut smart, normal smart.
Right. And astronaut smart is also like
Yeah.
a crazy combination of very athletic. Like there's just
Yeah.
these
Okay,
impossible
yeah.
to meet qualities.
Yeah, he's too young to know about the athleticism yet. His hand-eye coordination is lacking, but
Hmm.
you know, but he could definitely be like a home-based person. But this is so funny to me because I was like, buddy, intergalactic travel. He knows what that means, right? This is, and I was like, do you want to do that? And he was like, no, I would not. Why would I want to do that? And I go, why wouldn't you want to do that? That sounds so exciting. He goes, I already have 2 books on it.
What a great answer.
Yeah, yeah. So he's already got the book. So I think he might be a Houston guy. You know what I mean?
A man in the chair.
Yeah, he's gonna be the Houston guy for sure. What is it? He's gonna be like Ed Harris in all those space movies.
Do you watch For All of Mankind at all?
I watched some of it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I really like it. The new season just started, so I'm
Oh
excited.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Everybody timed their space movies
Oh,
clearly
yeah. You
around.
know that they're going to.
Yeah, that's interesting. Have you guys ever met an astronaut?
I have
Uh,
not.
no, I met somebody. I just an event. I met Chuck Yeager, but not an astronaut, a real famous pilot. That's as close as I got.
That's pretty cool. They're
Yeah,
very similar
yeah.
in
And he
terms of
was
yeah,
kind of around for all of that and didn't, he kind of went the other way.
yeah.
Um, the I had a friend that worked for NASA for a long time that wanted to be an astronaut, but he had two glaring things going against him:
Height?
6'2"
Ha!
and poor eyesight. Um, and
I,
at the time, eyesight was I don't know if it is a big deal anymore, but it was a big deal then. Um, but he was it's like the one time that that 6'2" super handsome guy got
yeah,
in the way.
Hmm.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
No
that's too
sympathy.
bad.
No sympathy at all for that one.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Actually,
Um,
Cassandra, it was Bob Heindel's son, Troy.
Oh,
mm.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a real boo-hoo moment.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I
no,
had a
you don't.
friend that was a mathematician for NASA,
Yeah. All right.
but she didn't want to be an astronaut. She just liked doing the math for them.
Um, I shared a very long ski lift with the guy that was. Do you remember when those guys got stuck in space? Guys and gals. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Who was
yeah.
it? Was it
Uh-huh.
guys and gals or just guys? I can't
It was a
remember.
guy and a guy and a girl,
Okay.
woman.
I was sitting we were talking and we were just doing small talk and you know, it's funny is he was impressed by my knowledge of comics and illustrators, and I was telling him about what I did, and then he so he's so as you can get the picture, huge nerd,
Hmm. Hmm.
and and his whole thing is he's a rocket scientist. He puts rockets up in there, and he goes, you know, those people orbiting, orbiting stuck in space. And I go, yeah. And he goes, my fault.
No way.
I was like, awesome. You know?
So you're skiing?
Yeah. No, he goes, yeah, that was my fault. But he was kind of, you know, tongue in cheek. It was a whole team's fault, right? Um, he was not singularly, I think, responsible for it, but
Right,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the one that was supposed to pick him up, there was like faults in the rocket that was supposed to pick him up, right? And so
yeah.
then
It was
they
some,
missed a window.
I we immediately shifted gears because I was like, how much does it cost to get me? How much would it cost for me to get a satellite up in space? You know?
Hmm.
And so he was giving me like, because his company like is a private company that builds, like that
Oh,
does that.
interesting. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so he was telling me like exactly how much it would cost, and it was cost prohibitive. It wasn't really
So
practical
VAP's
for
not going
us.
to have their own satellite. Is that what you're
Yeah, I
saying?
was gonna say. I was like, we have a private internet network. It works for 10 minutes a day when the satellite
We
passes
went for the
over.
theme song instead.
Yeah. No.
That
But you know,
actually
it's funny is he talked about all of the lucrative things that are in space that if you could just figure out how to recover them, they're worth a lot of money.
Well,
Yeah.
like Sally's husband got a cool degree in space
Yeah.
space law.
Space law.
Well, I can't remember the exact
No, it
thing.
just always
And
makes me think of bird law from It's Always
yeah,
Sunny.
Sally, if you're in the audience, you can tell me specifically what it is.
Space
But
law.
there was, determining who has dominance over what area and things like that.
Yeah.
Timmy, the photo I shared with you of the woman with the hair going straight up inside the capsule, that was the woman that was stuck in space. I don't remember her name.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Man, this could become a space episode. It's so easy to talk about. It's fun.
It's cool. We can even
Yeah.
discuss the fact that is there still an artist residency with NASA? Is that still happening?
I don't know. I know there used to be for a long time.
I know so much funding got cut. I don't know if that's still able to happen, but you know,
Sterling, who you are
Used to,
teaching with next semester, John, he works pretty closely
yep.
with NASA.
and I know Brent had that
Brent did.
residency, right?
It wasn't NASA, it was um, Air Force, I think. Air Force has had
No,
a,
they both worked with NASA for
I
sure.
think, well, I know Brent's done work for NASA, but I think the residency thing came from
Oh,
the Air Force. The Air Force has had a
oh,
long history of illustrators working
really?
for them.
Yeah. Um, Brent, I mean, if he worked with NASA, you could honestly be like, oh yeah, he built rockets, and I'd be like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
makes sense.
you would believe that.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Hmm.
all right, yeah, checks
Yeah.
out.
Well, and
Yeah.
I know
Oh
Gregory
man,
Manchez, Gary just brought it up. I was going to say Gary Manchez designed the patch for Artemis 2.
That's
yep.
pretty cool.
So cool.
I
Let's
talked
pull,
to him last
let's
week. That
pull
was
it
fun.
up.
Oh, that's awesome. Did he tell you what it like about being there at the launch? I saw his video.
Oh, it's a good patch.
It's a good patch.
Yeah, it's so hard to, yeah, not when you do space stuff. It's so funny how any space thing you immediately see the Star Trek influence in all logos related to
Oh,
space.
yeah.
It's crazy. Like you just like, and I don't know what came first. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the space thing came first.
Well, but who came up with the idea? Often it's a creative that wrote about it or drew about it, and then a scientist then thought about it. Like that's what the residency is all about, is just
Yeah,
artists coming up with crazy ideas and scientists thinking about whether or not it could happen. Star Trek
yeah.
was a huge influence for scientists.
Okay, so Star Trek borrowed from NASA on that one.
well, just the
Okay.
timing you could tell.
Oh, just yeah. I'm not talking about like
Yeah,
stealing. I'm
yeah,
just I literally I think I used the word inspiration, and that's what I meant.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, not no, which I think is important. that you do inspiration for those things because it ties it all together.
Absolutely.
You know, if you leave it out, yeah, um, yeah. It costs about $500,000 to get a satellite into space, by the way, which was less
It's
than what
actually
I
way
thought.
more affordable than I thought.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. Now, this was fun. Is he goes, you could make some money on it because you can lease them out. He was telling me like the
Oh.
money making game of satellites, and so I was like, maybe we should get in. I was literally like, all I need is a funding partner. Yeah. Um, he told me the dream is a government reaches out to you and asks you to accidentally crash it into another satellite. That was,
What?
yeah, he said that happens all the time.
And they pay you big
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. He was like, that'd be hilarious. You get your satellite into space and they're like, it's my little space satellite baby. And they're like, the only way you're going to make money on this is destroying it. I'll be like, no.
Why
Yeah.
would they want you to crash it?
Um, it's a game of cat and mouse, Cassandra.
Mm.
There's a lot of reasons. It can disrupt services when you lose a satellite, and it can happen very easily on accident. So it's very the deniability is very high.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a that's a fact because I learned it from a guy on a ski lift. Everybody.
I love that. I love that he was like, I'm not going to hyphen the fact I'm responsible for
Yeah.
that.
I said, I need your space badge so I can make sure this information's accurate. I didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you could be talking to anybody.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's just a guy on a ski lift on like a Wednesday at 1. Like not what you would think space people not what well, I guess fired space people make sense, but yeah. Um John, materials tonight. What are you planning?
I was kind of just because I don't know, I'm working with a pencil right now. And I was just kind of trying to find the face a little bit, and then I'm going to switch over to pastel
Yeah.
and do kind of take another swing at what I did the other night.
Oh yeah, that looked cool.
I got, but I don't know if,
Yeah.
well, you can't, hold on a second. Uh, I'll switch cameras here. I'll try to. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No. While you do that, somebody said if we all pull together, we could get a VAP satellite in space. And then I love the idea of somebody being like, we need to crash your satellite into the Proco satellite.
Yeah,
I'll be like, no problem.
that's the whole reason for the launch, right?
We're just trying to take out our art school competitors' satellites.
Uh,
We get wound up in a space race.
so
But
those are the last two
yeah.
you can see over my
Oh,
shoulder
Oh,
that's
nice.
so good.
and of the wax and the oil. They're fun to do. Um,
They look awesome. I seriously love them.
What about it's fun?
because you don't know, I don't know really what's going to happen. I don't
Kind of a
have,
mystery box.
yeah, I'm kind of wondering, uh, kind of wonder how they're going to come out. And then you just, the one last week, it was not what I was expecting, but I enjoyed
Yeah.
it and was happy with it. So
Someone said, "How many Drawing Hive T-shirts do we need to sell to make the satellite a thing?" A lot.
we
At
were thinking
least,
more of,
at least, at least 30.
we were thinking more of mentorship classes, right? Uh, how many
Yeah,
classes do we need to sell, Tim?
yeah, yeah. We just go into a VAPS. You know what? I swear to God, we are. I have the logo. I need to just get it printed. We're probably not going to do sweaters because we're going into summer. Maybe we will. I don't know. But I do like the idea of making a Visual Arts Passage satellite t-shirt, like a founding member. Yeah.
It still wears a sweater.
Have you guys ever seen what is it? What's the string of satellites? What's it called? Whatever net.
Starnet or
Starnet, yeah, or
Starlink?
Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah.
You guys ever seen Starlink?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's insane.
I've heard it is.
It's insane. Okay, 2 years ago, me and my little brother are going out. My little brother has 2 kids. He never goes out, and he's like, "We're going out." And so we went and saw a band. We went to a comedy show. We made a night of it, and we were having so much fun. We were getting kind of silly, and we get back to his house, and it's late at night, and we're in the backyard, and I looked up, and no one had ever told us about this. I had never heard of it. We just saw these like perfectly like I don't know what it is, like 12 like perfect bright lights just like flying across the sky. I'd never seen anything like it, and we almost woke up the children to be like, get out here so you can see this. It would have been like peak bad uncle. Like I was
I've
gonna
heard
like
so many
go
people say the same thing.
I
Like,
was going to wake up like a 3-year-old to be like, you have to see this because we're watching a UFO. You need to see this UFO. You'll talk about this when you're an old man. Yeah, we were losing it. And then the next, and taking so many photos and being like, and somebody was just like, yeah, dude, that's just like some billionaire's internet project. And you're like, damn it. You're like, I was so convicted that it was a UFO. I was so excited that it was a UFO. Yeah. Yeah, unreal. I recommend trying to catch it if you can see it, just cuz it is kind of astonishing.
I've heard like people have made phone calls, people have freaked out over it. I haven't seen it, so I can't.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
need to look up a video to see. I bet there's a video.
You guys ever seen a
You
UFO?
took photos. You sent me a photo.
All of mine were bad and they're like really blurry because Cassandra, we were kind of stumbling around. we
Okay.
were we were not in our best. Like the videos and photos we sent people, you were just like, oh, this is why UFO footage sucks. Everybody's drunk when they get it. You're like, yeah, it wasn't our best moment. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
yeah,
Oh, I have like so. Okay, is it okay to change the subject real quick?
yeah, yeah. No, we probably should. Yeah, it's
Well,
all
I
good.
listened to a podcast and I thought of you, and I was curious if you've listened to it. Have you listened to Wisecrack?
No,
Wisecracked?
what is
Oh
it?
my gosh. Okay. It's this, my brother recommended it. He was just like, you gotta listen to this.
Yeah,
And it's all about this British comedian. This woman, she's like a producer from America, but she was in Scotland because there's this big comedy festival that happens in Edinburgh once a
yeah.
year.
The
And so
Edinburgh Comedy Festival. Yeah,
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 yeah. So she's at that. And so it's raining really hard. And so she pays to go in to see a show just because, like, she wanted to get out of the rain.
yeah,
And she sits down and proceeds to hear this guy's stand up. And it's wild. And it's wild. I don't even want to tell you what it's about. But, like,
yeah.
she, but after hearing it, she had to find him and had to seek him out because she was like, I need to talk to you about what you just did. And it's a whole podcast about a crazy experience that he is talking about, and she's trying to figure out if it's actually true and to validate the
Is
story
it
he's
is it
actually.
the baby reindeer story? Because
No,
that happened at Edinburgh, Edinburgh. Is it Eden or Eden?
And
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Um, no, a lot of like kind of one man show, one person shows
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a
really come
one-man
from
show
it.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should listen to it. It's 6 episodes.
really.
Yeah.
I'll check it
But
out.
like it's like I know you're not huge on true crime, but it is a personal experience that this guy is telling. And
Yeah,
it's just kind of a wild story of what he talks about. And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't want to say much more.
that's also where Fleabag came from.
Really?
Yeah, the show Fleabag is was first reviewed there.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Check it out. Wisecracked.
Yeah, I'll check it out for
Yeah, I
sure.
was like, I've been, and then I stumbled across another podcast, and it's all about Roald Dahls, like the secret life of Roald Dahl. And
Is it bad secret or good secret?
it's truthful secret.
Okay.
It's
All right.
like, because
It's
he was
nuanced secret.
yeah, he was a fighter pilot, and then he
Okay.
crashed and got injured so bad he couldn't be a pilot anymore, and then he ended up becoming a spy. And he was like with Ian Fleming, who
Yeah.
wrote James Bond, and this other guy, I can't remember his name, but he was like the Don Draper of advertising
Yeah.
later. But it's just this wild story, and basically their job is to like go to Washington, D.C. and kind of
Yeah.
infiltrate the upper echelon to convince the U.S. to join World War II. And
Wow.
their group is called the Irregulars for the British government. Like they're the spies that's their focus, their whole focus.
Wait, so let me sorry, I'm a slow learner. So he's running a psyop on in the US essentially?
He's a part of because he's a spy. He's
Right.
not an operative. Yeah, he is a part of a spy network for England, whose whole goal is to convince the U.S. through propaganda and such to join World
Right.
War II.
So was he operating like in the US doing that?
Yeah, yeah, he
Oh
was in
wow.
Washington, D.C. And then like it just to
That's interesting.
and then it takes off from there, and then because, we all know him from Matilda and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and there's
Yeah.
just so much more that he did. And, then how he ended up stumbling into Hollywood. And he worked with both Walt Disney and Alfred Hitchcock. And like yeah, it's just, his story is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew about him
That's
being like a
crazy.
fighter pilot and all that stuff. And I knew he'd like worked with Ian Fleming and Ian Fleming was a spy, but I hadn't realized to like what level all of that this was. So that's also a really wild podcast if you need another good recommendation.
That's that's really interesting. Because when you think of working for, I'm projecting a little bit because it's
Hmm.
hard because you got to remember the time. It's like like totally different era. So like my idea of like spy networks today is like not the same as what it was like leading up to and during World War II. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it is just. But I imagine that role would demand a very stern, serious, probably persuasive, and like I would imagine it doesn't. Those roles don't really treat kind people well, right? Um, Not saying that that is the case here, but just I just find it so funny that you would be like this guy. You describe a spy, and then you're like, you're never gonna believe what he does in his free time.
Well, it's like before he was a writer, he
Yeah.
did all of this
Uh huh.
stuff. And,
Yeah. That's
I
probably
always
pretty
think,
normal then. Not spies, but like every illustrator I look at that's like over the age of like or that was born like they all have military records.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And, it kind of turned him
Yeah.
into an adrenaline junkie of like, what do you
Yeah.
do after you're a fighter pilot? And so he just kind of stumbled
Yeah.
into this. And,
Right.
but then also I always think of him as an old man because of like him as the writer of children's books. And you always just see him looking old and comfortable in a chair. Yet, in this era, he's 6'6". So the planes he used to fly didn't have tops on them. Like they were open, like biplanes.
That's
And,
hilarious.
um, and so like that's how he was able to fly at his height. But then he was also famous for being extremely handsome, and that's why he was so good at his job. And like he became friends with FDR and Eleanor Roosevelt. Like he would spend weekends with them. Like it's just, yeah.
It was Don Draper.
Wow.
It's just cool to kind of learn. I mean, I always thought of him as a very complicated man.
Right.
Um, and so they don't shy away from telling. the
Sure.
complicated story. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, we're all complicated.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I should be like, but maybe not as complicated as Roald Dahl. I don't know.
probably not.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm always captivated.
Yeah.
Like Shel Silverstein, I didn't realize
Yeah.
how interesting he was before, he was
Yeah.
famous for his poetry. And,
Yeah.
it's wild when you learn people you admire as a child and then learning about
Yes.
them and who they were before who you knew them as child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone said well, Julian says he hated children. Is that true?
No, it's not true. He didn't,
I
he
was
actually,
like,
because he had
what?
five
Why did he
kids
hate
and he was
children?
very fond of them.
Oh
But
yeah.
he
No,
may
I
have,
think that sometimes this is one thing I will say is I think sometimes that people will describe parenting in the like 40s, 50s and 60s and you'll be like, "Oh, they just all hated children." And you're like, "No, it's just that was just the way we all treated children."
but he had a very complicated childhood himself.
Sure.
And
They
so the
literally
way he wrote,
100% of people then did. Like,
yeah, and the way
yeah.
he wrote about children at times, like, not the protagonist, even the protagonist had it
Yeah.
pretty rough at times. So it was very confusing, like
Yeah.
understanding the way he thought about kids.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I'm reading, it's just kind of a conspiracy theory that he hated children. There's no like really smoking gun other than that he was like a bad hang. It sounds like he was bad hang. I know nothing about I need to be clear. I know nothing about Roald Dahl right
I
now.
have to finish the podcast. I am
Yeah.
only in his like
Yeah.
Hollywood
Yeah.
era. Like he wrote the
Yeah.
screenplay for the James Bond one that Austin Powers does.
Yeah.
The one with the cat and the like the
Yeah.
lasers and the mountain. The ridiculousness. Like that was Roald Dahl who wrote it.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, there are a lot of people that believe the conspiracy. I'll give you that. It seems to have a very fervent following.
He
But
had a
that's
yeah,
interesting. I'm going to check that
lot
out.
of lot of tragedy. So
Yeah.
I have to finish it, and then I can truly tell you for sure whether or not he hated kids. But both
It's a pretty
podcasts have
strong
been very
accusation.
interesting and kept me in my seat. So
It's a pretty strong accusation, but I get what Julian's saying. A lot of people say that it seems that, you know, one could one could say that it seemed like he did.
yeah, yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah. But like uh every story I've heard about my grandfather, I would say you'd be like, pretty sure that guy hated children. I think he might have hated everyone. And you're like, no, it's just how it's just how people were 50 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting. Yeah, I don't know. It is funny how many man children's books, the children's book industry and the spy network industry seems to have a lot of crossover.
Yeah.
I feel like I constantly hear about artists who just like were spies. What
Well, it was kind of easy, to explain why you're going to different places, and
really?
yeah, I think you've got kind of a built-in excuse.
Yeah, and um, it's a great. It was probably a really great way to just be like for people to find an excuse for why you're acting bizarre.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just wrote it off like, ah, he, she's an art. She's an artist. Whatever. They're a little, head in the clouds. That's why they, that's why they looked at me confused when I asked them where they were born. you know.
Well, I mean, and as a portrait artist, think about how many elite homes they're in. I think it's That would be super easy to make a portrait artist.
I'd never considered that. That totally makes sense. I bet that there's been some coups initiated.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and I'm talking even like Tudor area kind of
right.
era for portrait artists because they were going from like different royal courts.
Yeah. Portrait artist spies. That's a fun topic. We
Oh,
should
who
do a
was I reading? I was like thinking of one and I was really surprised. It was somebody like Holbein
yeah.
that was a spy, but I don't think it was Holbein. Trying to remember. That'll come to me later. I'll text you because that's what I'll remember, not when I'm talking right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the threshold for becoming a spy, I think, up into the 1940s was just like, are you game? But I don't
Yeah.
know. I really don't know. I just I
Can you
so
lie?
yeah, how good are you at lying? Whereas now I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom it. Internationally. Um, yeah. Have you guys ever been to the Spy Museum?
Oh yeah.
I bet it's so cool. I've never been there. I've only
Where
Yeah,
is
seen
it?
it's fun.
I've only seen the spy suitcase that
Where is it?
DC.
DC. Yeah. It's the only thing so there was a suitcase that was like I don't know if it was designed to hold carry the football, or if it was what it was designed for, but like it was designed not to be stolen. So it's like the handcuff suitcase, right? And if
Hmm.
it got stolen, they had a remote that would it would shoot like five rods out of the suitcase to make it so you just couldn't go anywhere with it. It wouldn't fit through any doorway or get in a car or anything. Yeah, it was a very funny like
Feels like a gag, but it's like real.
yeah, it's totally a gag. Because can you imagine? You're like you've got the suitcase, you've somehow gotten the suitcase off this guy's hand. Don't even want to imagine that. And then you're running away, and then all of a sudden like five like 10-foot rods shoot out of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, some of the spy stuff, like it feels like it's a joke if
Yeah,
when it was really used.
yeah.
Uh I I saw a video about one. I want to say it was like through National Geographic or
Yeah.
something. But it was fake boy parts because when you got searched, that area didn't get searched.
I was like, where are we going with this?
I know. I was like, I have to say this very carefully.
Nice. I like it. That's hilarious. I just love that. What era was that?
50s and 60s.
Oh yeah. That is hilarious. I do think it's so funny that there was a time where you would just be like, they're like, how are we going to get this thing? And there's just no way. How are we going to get
Hmm.
it into whatever state? No
Hmm.
way. How will we get into this country? And some guy, whatever, MI6 is like, what if we just put it by his crotch? They're like,
Make him a special pocket.
yeah, they're just like, what? Oh my God, you're a genius. Yeah. And then eventually somebody had to be like, okay, we have to check that area now because
Like, darn it. Now, like, we know
turns
to
out
check.
turns out there's no honor anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
But, the first person that thought of that was probably brilliant because they're like, no one checks there.
Yeah. They were like, that is so funny. That is like, that's what I mean by like, you could kind of anybody, I know no one could, but like, it feels that way when you look at it that way. You're like, that's how simple the thought process was just like, you crazy bastard. I can't believe you came up with that. How'd you do it?
I remember like people from CIA came to the VCU campus to tour
Really?
the artist to like hire some.
Uh-huh.
And so they were looking for costume designers and people that could do makeup and then like artists to do visual art. So I was like, oh, I'm curious what this is. So I
Right.
went in to like get interviewed, but really what they wanted was a graphic designer.
I
Um,
see.
and then they wanted costume designers to help design like costumes for people going undercover and things like
Hmm.
that.
Love a good costume. An undercover costume.
hmm So you're using a degree in a way that you would never get to talk about.
That's pretty exciting. And but can you imagine like going to okay, so that artist goes to Thanksgiving and their uncle is like, "Hey Sarah, so you still doing that art thing? How's that going?" And you're just like, I'm working with the CIA right now. I actually have a really important job." Like
Like, yeah, yeah, it's great.
it's been really
Not
hard
getting to do it.
actually. You have to pretend you're a failing artist.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, "Actually I have a really well-paid job and I work in DC." And
It's
yeah.
got benefits.
You have no idea what I'm doing to protect you. But yeah, no, the art thing's going fine. Yeah. Here's an art question. Got one for you. Cassandra and John, do you do studies for your paintings using materials and techniques you use during these sessions ever?
No, that's a great question. John, how about you answer?
All the time. Um, I, in fact, I like to use, that's why I'm trying different materials all the time.
Really?
I like for eventually for that stuff to leak into what I'm doing, with my finished work. And it definitely has. And I use this time to kind of play with materials and
Yeah.
experiment, try different things.
Cassandra,
Yeah.
and you a yes too? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've played like n not these markers. This is just what I've been having fun playing with lately. But yeah, I've definitely experimented with different supplies to see if I could use them, and then I ended up being able to find ways to add it in. So that it's been cool for that.
Oh, nice. That's interesting. I was gonna ask, like, as far as like exploring new materials, do you feel like there's a pace for like a kind of a let's say you're 25, you're out of art school, or like let's say you're right out of art school. Do you feel like there's like a pace to explore new materials in your career that's appropriate? Like if you're going too fast, like it's just you're not gonna get any ground, like you're not gonna cover as much ground. Do you feel like you have to like sit with new material, like commit for a while when you
I
do that
do.
exploration? Yeah,
You
Yeah.
you have, you have to, Cassandra, I'm going to see how you feel about this, but you have to be professional and proficient with something.
yeah.
hmm
And that's like your go-to.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, art directors hire, or fortunately, any way you want to look at it, it's just reality, is they hire you by what's in your portfolio.
Yeah,
And it's like the most important question an artist could ask
yeah,
an art director, what images did you hire me for?
Mm.
And because then you can see or you get a feeling for what they're looking for from you.
yeah.
And again, consistency, especially at the beginning, is really, really important because
Yeah.
it gives you uh, that the art director the opportunity to see what you do.
Do you have a medium or like class of medium that you would say like just stay away from as you're starting out?
AI.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well,
I
and
would say
I'm not even saying it like to
make
be rude. I
images.
say it
Yeah.
as in I feel like sometimes people can let it do too much thinking for you, and
Yeah.
the exploration that you do personally, finding ways to work it out, I think does more good stuff for your brain in the long run than the shortcut that it can get you.
I think that I think that it kind of atrophies thought a bit for sure.
Well, I think that this
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to not like my answer, but I am not uh, anti-digital, but I think to really develop your digital skills, you need to know how traditional material works. It makes the digital side easier,
Yeah.
um, and vice versa. I mean, it's like
hmm
uh,
I
truly
agree with that.
to really work in the industry now is that you have to have some digital skills. I mean, you got to be able to
Right.
everything's sent, everything is sent in a digital file. That's what the art
Yeah,
directors receive.
yeah,
Color corrections are so much easier. Just basic corrections are easier. But,
yeah,
there's something about learning how color works, learning mixing paint, all of that stuff, mark
yeah.
making. I think you absorb it quicker doing traditional material, using
I
Hmm.
traditional
I
material.
I got a phrase you can add to your TED talk, John. I've never heard a I've only ever heard a digital artist say, I want to make this look more traditional. I've never heard a traditional artist say, I want to make this look more digital.
That's true.
We are not anti-digital art though. That's not what we're saying. It's just
Oh,
Yeah, digital art is super important
it's
and
my
really
favorite.
good.
Yeah, every Thursday night, some of my favorite stuff. It's all the digital artists. So, but I
Yeah.
love you guys too. Um, but that's a good zinger to add to it, John. You end with that. It's in your knockout punch. You say no rebuttals.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, people, by the way, bring on the questions. And this was our long pose. That's our new thing. We do the long one early. We're going 2020 now. So moving on to the next image, please post your art to Discord. Share it there. Share it now, especially if you're kind of slow to the gun. You need time to post it. Post it now. We're going to check it out at the end of the episode. John, you've got some educational stuff for us, and I have your theme song back.
Oh, cool.
Are you ready? Do you need a
Uh,
minute?
yeah. Hey, just give me a second to wipe my
Yeah,
hands
no
off.
rush.
I just picked up my pastels.
It's like being a waitress and waiting for you to take the bite and then asking, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I'm ready, Timmy.
All right, I got you.
This is going to come up at a weird place, but it's because what I was sharing. Sorry. Oh man, help me out. Here we go. All right. Tonight, I'm always trying to find somebody that's appropriate, kind of theme appropriate. This is an illustrator that fantasy illustrator, sci-fi fantasy that can do a lot of different things. So it's really good figuratively also. But this guy named John Berkey. Uh,
Yeah.
and John he was, for my world, he was my dad's age. He was born in 32 and a couple generations ahead of me as an illustrator. But he was the one I was looking at and I was seeing that was doing the sci-fi paperbacks, was doing, he did some Star Wars work. But he did a lot of work for NASA and he did work that, designing space kind of imaginative spacecrafts and some things that were very technical that were accurate. Um, but he was obviously an American illustrator, born in, I think he spent most of his life in Minnesota. I had the experience. I know he went to Minneapolis College of Art and Design, or Minneapolis School of Art is what it was called at the time. Um, but he was born in North Dakota and kind of settled in Minnesota uh, at a young age. And I think he spent most of his life around the Minnesota area. Um, I had an opportunity. I was speaking at Minnesota College, or well, Minneapolis College of Art and Design. My dad and I went up there together, and they were doing a retrospective of John Berkey at this, and I can't remember the name of this college that was about, I think, an hour and a half drive from where we were. And we took the drive over because it was for the opening, and I wanted to meet him. I didn't know him. My father, I guess he and my father had met in the past, but didn't know each other. But we thought it'd be a fun night to go over there and listen, to um, listen to him talk and give a introductory talk about the show and just spend some time with him. and he actually I got a call from his son saying that he was ill, and unfortunately, he had passed away a couple weeks after that. Uh,
Oh,
but it was an unbelievable show, body of work to see. I wish I could have met him. But is this appropriate for tonight or what?
oh my gosh, it's amazing.
This stuff is crazy, and this stuff was way before anybody else was doing
I was just gonna say,
it.
what year is that? You think? What
Well,
era?
some of it was late 50s, early 60s.
Whoa!
Yeah, had a heck of an imagination.
Look at that.
Whoa!
And then,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
he worked up through. I mean, I know he was busy up and through the 1990s.
Wow.
Yeah,
So cool.
he started freelancing in the early 1960s. He worked for a studio, Brown and Bigelow, doing doing calendar like uh, uh, featured calendar work of paintings that were historical scenes of American pioneers and railway construction, agriculture, and industrial scenes. And after like 8 years of doing that, he went out on his own as a freelancer. And this was the type of, sci-fi work he was getting.
Gosh, it's good.
And I saw, and I don't have any of it. Uh, Trust me, he can do this. But I saw a whole series of figurative pieces at that show. I can't find it anywhere that he did from imagination.
Oh my
He did
gosh.
it without a model. He had just really great facilitation.
He's one of the rare few that could pull it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and they weren't highly articulated, not a lot of rendering to them, but they were just beautifully done. But his understanding of form and light, you can tell from these spaceships, he got it really had a high understanding of it because he didn't have any reference for this stuff.
Yeah. It's
That's wild.
it's it's funny. It looks so different from the technology that you even. It doesn't even look like an expansion from the technology that they had then,
Yeah.
which is just like, I guess, retrofuturism. I don't know.
Are these oil paintings?
I don't know. I think I know a lot of the stuff I looked at. I saw a combination of acrylic and oils, and I don't know if what's oil and what's acrylic.
Yeah. Man, what a rock star.
I would imagine these are water. Most of these are water based in some way.
Or maybe part gouache. I was just thinking like 1950s, like acrylic was pretty
Probably
new.
gouache. You're right. They're probably gouache more than anything.
Yeah. Oh, Gary said he heard he worked in Casson.
Oh wow, good to know. Some of these are a little soft. I couldn't, not a, they didn't, there's not a lot of work out there online that of his that it's high enough res.
Whoa.
Oh, so cool.
This is an oil painting, I guarantee you. I can tell from the glare.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Piece on that. Well, they're both a little soft, but I wanted to share them because they're beautifully composed.
You can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the color palette that he works in is just so lovely.
Wow.
Look at this one.
Oh,
Whoa, that's crazy.
so
Yeah.
cool.
It's
Beautifully done.
a little tiny, cute little Death Star.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And this was a cover of the Illustrated Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whoa.
Couple of different avenues here.
This is just fictional characters.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they are just based on the uniforms.
Hmm.
It's hard to. Yeah.
That
So
looks familiar.
yeah, and you can see why they hired him.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he got to work on the big Death Star.
After he pulled off the baby one,
Yeah,
why not?
yeah. He was like, "Oh, I have experience with these."
And King Kong.
Whoa,
There's a couple of Kong posters.
King Kong for Christmas. Yeah, nice.
Because nothing says Christmas like King Kong.
Nothing says Christmas like King Kong.
Now these are
Wow,
like futuristic cities that he created.
looks just like Kansas City, doesn't it,
I was
John?
just
Yeah.
thinking that looks like the Disney, like,
Oh wow, nice Detroit.
Yeah.
It's Lake Michigan right there. Was that a Christmas tree in the background?
I was just trying to figure that
What the
out.
hell
Yeah.
was what the heck is going
Yeah.
on?
Sci-fi
That's
Christmas.
trippy. Wow.
It's one of my favorites.
What a great understanding of shape and value that he has, that he can just make this
Yep.
stuff up.
And that's photo of John.
Wow.
So
Anyway,
cool.
I thought that was appropriate for tonight. Really,
Hmm.
really, really good illustrator.
Yeah,
Good
he
stuff,
is.
John. Thank you.
Thank
That was
you.
a good one. I love it. That was the kind of the trippiest one because it's like hard for me to wrap my head around how it's one of those things where you're like, I guess it'd be pretty easy for somebody who knows what they know to like map out how someone in during those years could create such a unique, compelling thing that like lays the groundwork for what is now.
Hmm.
It's so easy to like be like, oh, they weren't on the shoulders of giants. They just like, magically had it in their brain, which I think happens. I just think it's really rare. But that feels like totally out of nowhere.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then everybody was influenced by it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, he was
Yeah.
so many people were aping him for doing it first.
Yeah,
And
I was just gonna ask, like, is there somebody you can point to that even comes close to arguably proceeding or doing it in tandem?
and in tandem, I
Yeah.
would say Baron's story did
Okay.
technical things like that,
Yeah.
not quite as painterly, but did some
Yeah.
incredibly technical uh, drawings. And he was also hired to do like things for NASA that were really just complex drawings of machinery. Um,
Yeah.
doing the Death Stars and doing
Yeah.
the Bob Peak did some of it also. But
Yeah.
I don't think anybody did it like Berkey did.
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking about, and Cassandra, I think you alluded to this pretty clearly when I mentioned it, but the idea of like space travel and it being this, like, I was talking about the logo, saying like which came
Hmm.
first, the Star Trek logo or the NASA logo. NASA logo obviously came first. But if you look at space travel as an idea, as a concept, artists were like the first ones to even consider it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like storytellers, artists. And so I was like curious, like when is like the first recorded history of like the idea of oh, somebody asked, is Sid Mead a
Oh,
contemporary?
Sid Mead would be a really good one. Sid was a
Yeah.
designed
Julian, yeah. Julian
designed
asked first. Yeah.
all of the concept artist for Alien. Sid Mead was amazing.
I
Oh
love
my
this.
gosh. So
I love
cool.
this. Space. This comment is very funny, and uh, Vin, I love it. Space is the only thing big enough to fit an artist's imagination. I thought you were gonna say ego, but but yeah, no, I agree. No, I was curious, like when was like the concept like the idea of a spaceship. So not the idea of space because we know that that can go back very far. But I was like, when did that first idea of a spaceship where we are traveling, we're leaving the planet, and we're going to these stars that we can see,
Mm.
right? There's a little bit of a difference right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because space and the sky and the stars have been a part of like many like civilizations stories, right? But like when
Hmm.
did space travel? And it kind of blew my mind. Second century AD. Lucian of Samosata wrote it was called True History, and it included a voyage to the moon through a sailing ship carried by a waterspout.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
Um,
have to go kind of go back, flying machines, going back to Da Vinci for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, but like this idea of like leaving Earth is like it's a big concept, I think.
Yeah,
That's like hard to I think until somebody came up with it, you're like it's hard to fathom. This idea of
right.
like, no, if you go high enough, you end up somewhere else.
Cassandra, maybe you can help me. I'm trying to think of the artists, the other artists involved with Alien. Um, did a lot of airbrush stuff too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lee Smith said it first, Geiger.
Geiger. Yeah,
Geiger.
there you go.
Sure, Geiger.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Um, but yeah, it's pretty wild how for so long we talked about it and then it finally
Yeah.
happened. We get to live during the time where people went to the moon. And
It's wild.
I
we
didn't
had
want
no
to say
idea.
I didn't want to say this earlier, but somebody like, Apollo 11 was,
Right.
I think, 1969, if I'm right. Um,
Okay.
I I was it was everything. I mean, as I was, in um, fourth grade, third grade, or fourth grade, I can't remember,
Mm-hmm.
but bringing the television into the room, watching it on TV. Um, it was just so much a part of everything when I was
Yeah.
somebody my age as a child. And the Artemis thing, it's hard for me to compare,
Yeah.
because they were walking on the moon at that point, and it's like the trip they're walking when like I know they need to like reboot and start all this, and they flew further. I just can't get as excited about it as I could when I was, 9 years old.
It was also hyped a lot more then. Like that was really the focus of news and discussions and it was all about the race to the moon and
Oh yeah.
it was like a global competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
I don't know. So we were talking about
Yeah.
excitement, who's into it, that type of thing. It's just a little bit harder for me to get into that, you know.
Well, and to not.
I've already been
Yeah.
there, done that.
Yeah. I mean, well, walking on the moon is much more.
Yeah.
They
More of a
have to
man.
trump that to get your attention again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to see a pretty
I still
amazing
find
movie.
it fascinating, but you just kind of said it, it's like,
You watched it on TV, John.
yeah.
You watched the actual broadcast on
I
television,
watched it
which
live.
no, I
Yeah.
know, but what I'm saying is you've watched a higher quality version of the Walking on the Moon than any of us have, unless you watched it live on TV,
Yeah.
because they
That's a good
actually
point.
lost the original footage. Do you know that?
I didn't know
No.
that.
Yeah, the original film footage they believe was recorded over.
No.
Yeah, some dummies at NASA.
Oh my
That must have been the
gosh.
day that Sterling was working with NASA. I'm kidding.
Oh
I
my
can't help
Say
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
they were doing a Tang commercial, and
Yeah. Sterling was like, "You guys
And
aren't using these tapes, right?" Yeah, no. Obviously they still have the footage. It's just it's a copy of a copy, which is
yeah.
not as good.
crazy to think about.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. There was more of a monoculture then, John. There's that too. Things are more exciting when everybody cares about them in your community. So a monoculture can really, you know, someone said how suspiciously convenient. So like that was another thing. So it's like the I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, everybody's always like, why didn't we ever go back? You know, that's like the thing that everybody, like conspiracy theorist curious people, this is the first one they go to, right? Is and they're like, I don't know
This is
why.
their baby steps.
This is their baby step. This is the first baby step in becoming an intolerable person. and and what's funny to me is every time I've ever heard people, my entire time ever dealing with anybody that's like brought a compelling case to me, the one thing that they always said was like, we only went once and we never did it again. And why would we not go back? And I was always like, that's a tough one. That's a tough charge to beat. But I didn't realize
Well, that's
we've gone like 6 times. Like what?
that's what's interesting about the show For All of Mankind is that whole discussion of like if we lost the race to the moon,
Yeah.
would we have continued to try to like beat it in another aspect of
Yeah.
something in space?
Everybody that's saying, no, not true, not true. I know. You got to, I'm giving a premise and then I explain. That's how that works. I was providing the premise and then I explain why it's wrong. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I was blown away. Some guy played golf on the moon, which I thought was kind of lame and elitist, but
Also
fine.
kind of cool. Like, who gets to say that?
Yeah.
I
No,
think it's
yeah.
great that they brought a
Yeah.
car.
They
Yeah,
brought a car. Yeah. What would you guys do on the moon?
I'd do a drawing, man. Sit down,
Would you do a nice little drawing hive ad?
totally. Then put a
Nice.
little that flag down, right?
John, what would you do?
I
What would you do on the moon, John?
don't know. I'd probably take pictures. Um,
Gotta have that reference.
yeah, I would take pictures. To me,
Yeah.
it's more interesting. I was listening to Terry Brown, ex-director of the Society of Illustrators,
Love Terry.
uh, do a lecture one day, and I just loved how he ended it. He was talking about what's appropriate as illustration and what's appropriate and more effective as photography. And he showed a really nice portrait of an astronaut, and then um, showed a photograph from man standing on the moon. He goes, "That's when you take a picture."
That is true. Yes.
And I just thought that's really well explained because the photography is more powerful than,
Right. To prove that the event occurred.
yeah, that we were there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that as a topic.
Um, like the proof that we were there, like
Yeah.
just like the conspiracy theory topic, Cassandra. Or
Which is like
I mean, when I
there's
grew up, it was a fun. It was fun. It was all fun and games, conspiracy theories, and then they became not fun and games. So
well, no,
you know
I
what I
mean
mean?
it's not in even just like
Yeah.
as in proof against conspiracy theories. It's more
Yeah.
of like there's moments where it is more important that it is a photograph than it is a painting.
Yeah.
You can fudge a painting, you can alter reality to make things look more interesting or look
Yeah.
better. To have a photo, I feel like that there's there's moments where that truth is more important.
Absolutely.
You'll get a
100%.
kick, Timmy, you'll get a kick out of this. My
Yeah.
mother's mother, my grandmother, was born in 1900, and
Pretty crazy.
she lived to be 105. So
Oh,
she
well
lived to
done.
2005. She never believed anybody went to the moon. Yeah, that she could not, and I know she was smart, a very smart person, but she could not comprehend that somebody went to the moon. She thought it was all staged. And I couldn't, I couldn't imagine, somebody with that intellect and very wise person thinking that. But then I go back and I think about she just saw too much. She was traveling
Mhm.
in horse and buggy, and it's like she couldn't comprehend that somebody actually went to the moon.
Yeah.
But that was wild.
That yeah. I remember you telling me that, John, like a couple years ago, and I was like, what's crazy is if I live to be 105, or if you live to be 105, we will see more change during our life than that
They,
person did,
yeah, which is scary to me.
which is crazy.
Yeah,
But I am starting to think perhaps we may see more change, but not as much technology.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
But pretty much every graph of technology says that I'm wrong there.
Because it
Yeah.
just perpetuates
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, exactly. But there are things that I think that are like um it's the like radical shift is obscured, whereas the idea of flight is so magic. Like the things that we will see have not been wondered about for thousands of years, potentially, right? Whereas
mm-hmm.
like the idea of flight, it's like since man saw a bird, was like,
Yeah.
how can I do that? Right?
It's been
Versus
a dis
like
And
Yeah, it's
like
been a
more
decline.
energy efficient.
I can't think of as many things like that. Like all I think like I'm like, well, but like, you know, the idea of like typing a bunch of letters and it like making a
Yeah,
whatever, like, like
we
any
we
AI
we
thing.
fantasized about it forever.
Yeah, we've fantasized about it forever. Whereas like some of the technology I'm seeing today is incredibly complicated, incredibly impressive, um, wildly good, wildly bad for humanity. It goes the whole gamut, but it's not something we've like fantasized about forever. So it doesn't feel as special.
Tremendous.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as tremendous at all. The perfect word. I saw somebody. It was total meme junk, but it was just like, imagine you just needed your bike fixed and you saw Orville like fly over you, and you're just like, where the hell is my bike, Orville?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, man. All right, everybody, we're moving on to the third and final one. The third and final one's going to be kind of a mid-length one, so you got that. So post your work to Discord, please share it. I want to see all these astronauts.
Yeah, I consider mine like four poses because there's four people.
I'm just doing ahead, and it's going to take me all the whole thing.
I wonder if we could ever get an astronaut on Drawing Hive. There's so many of them. There's a lot of them. You know,
Mm,
like a like a
very cool.
maintenance like a maintenance astronaut. You know what I mean? Like like a janitorial astronaut. And okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I thought about this earlier today, and I was like, do you remember when that astronaut drove across the country?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I bet we could get that astronaut.
I've read she's living a much more quieter life now. But
But yeah, oh yeah, we definitely aren't going to be allowed to talk about that.
no. But what I read though, where
Yeah,
I listened to like
yeah,
a podcast about it, and a lot of the training and kind of the stuff they went through, like without having proper therapy to process some of the things that they had to do
yeah.
and contemplate in the training, they said may have aided in the decision making that she had. Like they have since remedied and made sure that people are getting, good mental help as well as, physical help.
Oh, I didn't realize that was tied to like astronaut PTSD. I feel bad about
Yeah.
them. I
Yeah.
didn't
Like
realize that.
that
I thought it
was
was just. I just thought it was just my crazy ex type story.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Like they were saying like it
that's too bad. I feel
correlates.
bad joking about it now. Didn't know.
It's
Also,
okay.
didn't
You
know
didn't
about the
know.
roll. Did not know about the roll doll people thing. I am going to create some separation from me and roll doll right now because I did just Google it and it's pretty rough.
The raw doll people what?
Oh, I googled like Roald Dahl problematic, and I was like, oh, you're gonna need to create some separation between you and Roald Dahl. You were a little too cozy with him being
Well, yeah,
flawed.
the interesting part is he was like, you
Yeah.
always kind of check out the babysitters that watch your kids, but do you ever look into the authors that you have your children read? And like,
Yeah.
this was kind of an example. So I
Hmm.
haven't gotten to all of it and I
It's
want
a
to
good
understand it
question.
better.
Yeah. You know what though? My counter to that would be like all the junk the like kids are watching it on iPads now, and I'm like, come on,
Well, even
are
that
you
should
guys
be a part
sure?
of
But like,
education. Yeah.
it's like, are we gonna start? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I don't know. Like if you could show me a book where I'm like, oh, this is pretty heavy like propaganda for this like ideology, I'd be like, okay, that's a problem. But
Well,
you
it's not even saying not to read it. It's
know,
just maybe we
yeah,
should know more. And like with that, explain, not say don't read, just explain or discuss. Like I think that there's great opportunities to have discussions.
yeah, totally. Um, you know the that astronaut's not coming on the show. That's correct, everybody. I will say this: the bunny director, I'm talking with him. We're gonna try to iron out some dates. It might be hard because they're all very cool people. They're busy, but I want to get the lead actor and the director on. That'd be fun.
Definitely give me advance notice so I will
Did anybody
watch.
check out the show, Bunny? I recommend. It's a movie. It's really great. It's
I
awesome.
haven't gotten to yet because I've been so pressed to
Yeah,
catch up with stuff,
yeah. No, it's a fun one. You know what it is? It's a return to indie filmmaking.
which
Um,
I love. Yeah.
yeah. It's just like, and it's not like, oh, Juan, thanks for checking it out, man. Bunny is insane. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty weird. Yeah. Um, Someone asked, how do you figure out? This is kind of a pretty a loose, open question. How do you figure out which way to take your piece when you aren't sure? So I guess like when you approach something that, I mean, does that mean you haven't done the prep work for it? Or like, do you feel like you should have confidence when you start a piece? Because they're asking
I
like,
mean,
what do you do when you're not sure? And it's like,
that's why I always have lots of sketches and I
yeah,
thumbnail and I think like I have to make my map. This is just I'm looking at a photograph and just I start with shapes and build
yeah,
and like keep the details minimal till I have things figured out. But when it comes to like professional work, I have to spend a lot of time, sketching and preparing and making sure I have all my reference set before I can even begin.
yeah. John, what about you?
Well, I'm a kind of a process freak, and
Yeah,
part of what Cassandra and I teach is getting in the habit of using process, meaning doing, having good research and and reference and thumbnails and uh, most importantly, the easiest way to explain it is it's really daunting looking at a blank piece of canvas or
yeah,
substrate or paper, whatever you're working on,
mm-hmm,
and you better have a plan when you go forward. And it's
yeah,
so much easier if you have a plan. And it doesn't take that much time to figure things out of where you're going to go. Even just the scale of how it sits
yeah,
on the page, that's a smart thing
yeah.
to know when you start.
Can you think of an artist that kind of flies in the face of that logic that really doesn't have a process but has a successful career?
Not really. Um, I mean, I know
Yeah,
I know some collage artists that, they
yeah,
just kind of do things again and again and then
hmm,
explore of how things are going
yeah,
to go together. But as an illustrator, that doesn't make any sense because you're working with a team,
yeah,
you're working with an art director, and you have to show them before, this thing being developed. You're making the picture with them. So there's not that many, certainly not many illustrators that would approach that way. I mean, there's people, somebody like Ralph Steadman or um, somebody very expressive in their drawing that would just throw stuff at the wall, maybe to start. I don't know how much planning somebody like Ralph Steadman did. I know Jack
yeah.
Unruh that had that type of working approach, used to do sketches. I mean, just because he had to. That makes sense, Cassandra?
Yeah, yeah. I know that there are artists that go without process, but I think it's not common. I think more often than not, everybody has to find some sort of process just so you
Yeah.
know how many pieces you can tackle and what you can undertake. if you don't have any kind of process, and the process can look very different from person to person, but there is a process and there's a base. Like you know how you should start, you know what you need to do to get your inspiration. Um, who was
Yeah.
it? They have shapes and they throw them onto the ground and they let the shapes kind of give
That
them
was
ideas.
that was Fred Ottness, collage artist
Yeah.
that I watched do that, which I thought was fascinating.
Yeah, like, and that is an important part of his process. Like, he does that so that he knows how to kick off, and that's what gets
Yeah.
his brain kicking. And I think that's what you want to understand is what gets your creative juices flowing, what kicks off the process
Yeah.
for you that sends you in the right direction. And it can differ, but there's still a similar pattern that occurs.
Yeah.
Well, even the successful gallery artists I know are really heavily driven, process driven, just because process will make you um, more consistent. It will make you faster. You can get there faster just because you don't make as many mistakes. You don't work backwards that often. There's just things it's like if you're going to do, you leave yourself room. Like if you're going to do a pen and ink and you want it to be really expressive, you may not do any like pencil underdrawing or anything. You just kind of let the materials dictate some of it, but you would have an understanding when you start. This is how it's going to sit on the page. This is what the areas that are going to be dark. This is the areas that are going to be light. So there is some planning in work like that.
Nice. Do you know of any artists that have like full blown style guides for their work?
I'm not sure.
Like that like they're
Like it's
they're
their brand almost.
yeah, like it's almost yeah, I say the word style guide and it's not the right term, but just like that, because I've never seen it like it seems like the strategy of an artist or the process. I've never seen it written out as like kind of like and this is the the whatever the mission map, I guess, of like how we're going to maintain this style over time. Does that make sense? No, not really,
Maybe
not at
it
all.
does make
I
sense to
mean,
me.
I hear that kind of
Yeah,
occurring as a brand for companies more than
yeah.
as an artistic process. I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to think if I can think of somebody that does that.
Where the process is so complicated that they like literally write it out. It always
I
seems like it's very organic, not
I wonder
organic,
if it's
but
somebody that,
natural.
is a blue chip artist that has
Yeah.
like people that do work for them. I can see that happening, like Jeffrey Koons or something like that.
Yeah.
I could see it occurring there where there's certain hallmarks of style that needs to be
Mm,
hit to make sure that it matches the look.
yeah.
It was funny because I was just talking Timmy the artist that we were talking about today,
Yeah.
Charlie Bryack. And I don't know if you want to bring him up because he's going to be a guest next
Oh
week.
no, we will. Yeah.
But Charlie and I were talking about Bernie Fuchs.
Say that name again for everybody.
Gryak. It's Graick
Yeah.
or K.
Right.
Um, a very good artist and illustrator and filmmaker. And anyway, he does a lot of sports work and is hugely influenced by the great illustrator Bernie Fuchs. Um, Not mimicking him, but a lot of the same subject matter. And um, anyway, we were talking about Bernie, and one of the things that amazed me that after Bernie started out working for like my father did in Detroit, doing car catalogs, and then became the most notable editorial illustrator of his generation for the women's magazines.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, Bernie was so successful and so popular, he had so much influence on the illustration world that all of the studios that when he left Detroit and even some of the New York studios were teaching new employees how to work like him, to imitate him. He was that
Hmm.
had that much success
Wow.
and much influence on the illustration world.
This is our well. Charlie's going to be speaking to visual arts passage students this spring, which is really exciting. He's the latest guest speaker added to the roster. But you guys are getting a freebie next week. He's coming on Drawing Hive.
Ooh,
Very
that's awesome.
exciting. Very exciting.
Really,
Yeah.
really good artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It was really funny because John was like, I know next week is the Tax Man Cometh episode, but Charlie does sports so well. And I was like, John, athletes never pay their taxes.
Yeah, so
We're good. Yeah. So we'll be good.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Some awesome stuff, right?
That'll be so exciting.
Yeah. Should be
That's so
fun.
nice of him. Yay.
Yeah.
a
Yeah. So
good guy. I was
next.
fortunate. I was fortunate to have him as a student for at the academy, and um, it was really nice. You know, who kind of reconnected us was Francis Vallejo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We were joking. Francis Thursday. You know, the whatever how many Thursdays ago that we did the ballet night.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we we got done at about 11 o'clock that night. Francis sent me a text message with the image he'd been working on the whole time. And he said, John, I just had to keep working on this thing and kind of revisit it. And so
So funny.
it kind of challenged me to do the same thing. I got up the next
Ah,
morning and worked on mine for a while and then shared it with him. It was funny.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great community. You know, that's great community as an artist, you know, having
Yeah, you're inspiring each other to
to
up the
push
standard
yourselves.
of what the piece is going to be.
Yeah. But I was more interested in mine after I saw what Francis did and, you know, kind of put me to the mat, challenged me and said,
Yeah, like I can't let
no,
that slide.
no, we're going to have to deal with that. No, and that, you know, it's funny. It's like people talk about this all the time. You know, what an impact all those illustrators from my dad's generation, you know, how important they were and how much influence they had as illustrators, that type of thing. But they were very competitive with each other. I mean, they all knew each other and they all pushed each other. You know, it's like
That's good.
my dad used to say for the first 10 or 12 years working in New York as an illustrator, he said, every piece I did for Bernie because he was the one. You know,
Hmm.
he was the guy. You know, he was the top dog in the industry at that time. And he said, so I thought about Bernie every time I did a piece. And I just think that's a funny thing.
Well, also, it's so nice to hear because I feel like we all kind of quietly do that, but to hear it admitted and to realize like, oh, okay, like that's good and we should be challenged by our peers and they can be our friends and also, challenge us to do more. I think that's so good.
Well, one of the downside, it's kind of an upside and downside, you know, of being an illustrator or an artist at this time period is you have access to everybody that went in front of you. I mean, just right at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And you can see everybody that's currently working right at your fingertips. And so you look at it and you kind of challenge yourself. And I would say it's really important for an artist to do, but it's a really tough thing for a young artist as they're developing to like say, oh, these people, and I always thought it was easy for me because, I always looked at, I'm not even the best artist in my family.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I can see how daunting it would be for a young artist to deal with that pressure of, oh my
Hmm.
gosh, I can look at Van Gogh and I can look at Hans Holbein and I can also look at James Jean and, George Pratt or whoever it might be. And um, I could see you could get really down about it.
It
Oh
can
yeah.
feel overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50, 75 years ago, a lot of the people in this room would be the best artists in their town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you didn't have to worry about outside your town. You didn't think about that. You were just like, oh, everything's in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Well,
some of you, I know a couple of you in New York and stuff, and that doesn't count, but yeah,
yeah, but I think about it all the time, the
yeah,
relationship I had with my father and the
yeah,
good fortune I had to be around all those really successful artists because of him. Um, you never, I mean, hell, I mean, you talk about check your
yeah,
ego. Jeez. I
yeah.
mean, it's like I always felt like I am just trying to keep my head above water.
It's a
And
double-edged sword, today's resources that they have, because
Hmm.
I'd say the internet's as much a gun as anything. It's like you got to know how to handle it, and it's pretty hard. It's horribly addicting. It's overwhelming, and it shows you a lot of this information without any sort of context, of
yeah.
like where these people came from. Did
Well,
they were,
it's funny you say that, Timmy. It's because
yeah,
I did figure out when I was starting to work and young, it's like
yeah,
even I don't think anybody, I think arguably most people, especially in the illustration world, would say my dad was just an amazingly successful illustrator,
yeah,
but he failed a lot.
yeah,
And he talked about, I could see at times when he thought he failed. He said sometimes most people didn't, he would say, actually, most of the time, he said people didn't, he was competent enough to deliver a good job. He said, but most people didn't recognize that it was a failure. But
yeah,
he said personally, he felt like he failed a lot as an artist.
Hmm.
And I think that's something that
yeah.
people have to learn to get a grip on and deal with because it's something even really successful artists do. They fail all the time.
Well, not just failure, but also rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's, that's kind of failure too. I mean, that's kind of where
Hmm.
I would put that on the list. You don't get every job that you want. Um, just in one image, you can have a really high and a really low multiple
Yeah.
times because you think it's not going well. So failure is something that our artists have to learn how to deal with.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is like, oh my God, if you're committing your life to being art and you're not having fun, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you
Just
better
be,
love it.
just be an attorney. Like, become a doctor, become an attorney, get on the pit. Like, there are easier ways to make money and be miserable. you know,
Yeah.
um, it's that fun. It's yeah. I'm not saying it's not hard. It's just
Well,
make
that's the thing though, is people ask me all the time. It's like, what do you think I should do? What's the best way for me to make a living as an artist? What should I do? And I said, well, truthfully, it kind of the other way around. You kind of need to decide what you want to do the most because that's what you're going to be the best at.
yeah,
Yeah.
And and what I discovered when I was really learning and starting to be a professional is that, oh my gosh, all of the people that I'm competing with are doing what they love and they will walk through fire to get good at it.
yeah,
And so you gotta put yourself in that same position.
yeah. Also, just surround yourself with people who've done it. I mean, that's the best.
That's the premise of our whole
Yeah,
education, Timmy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, completely. Yeah. So this is actually a great point for me to say. If you're, new here, you don't know why you're here, or how you got here. This is brought to you by Visual Arts Passage. If you don't know what Visual Arts Passage is, we offer online mentorships for illustrators and fine artists that are focused in the gallery world, whether it's gallery work, editorial work, publishing, comics, whatever, you name it. You're making pictures to tell stories and communicate ideas. We offer mentorship and guidance and how to build a career there. It's extremely hands-on. It's not like this. We're goofing around. We talked for like 20 minutes about like spyware or
In special
yeah,
places.
we talked about spycraft and not and kind of the uglier, dirtier corners of it. But that's not what our classes are like. Our classes are much more collegiate in a way. It's very focused on really developing your skills, developing your perspective and style, your whole approach to your craft as an artist, and really building a career out of it. Classes start April 25th, 26th. I'm really excited about this semester. We have a stellar lineup of guest artists coming through. Um, One, it's great to have George Pratt coming back. If you don't know George, just flip through the pages of Marvel, Natsuki of Wolverine. You got Superman, Batman, a lot of them. We've got a whole gang of people joining us. I'm really excited about. And those are just our guest speakers. That's the add on to the whole guidance that you gain from being with your mentor, meeting every week, following structured lessons. But in addition to that, you're working on assignments that run parallel to those lessons, very much like a traditional classroom. But you're gaining access to what John said, people that are better than you, people that are, and not like in a, I'm not trying to like rub it in. They've they've made careers out of this. They've, like Adam Gustafson said to his children's book classes, I learned how to do this so well I can do it and live indoors. Those are the people we're trying to bring into the fold.
It's such
we
an Adam quote. I
Yeah, I
love it.
know. I loved it. I was like, oh hell yeah, Adam, that's hilarious. I was like, we want all of our artists to be able to do what they love and live indoors. And I really
Hashtag
believe you
goals.
can, hashtag goals. I really believe it's possible. And so go to visualartspassage.com to check it out. We are enrolling right now. Go scope it out. And if you have questions, reach out to us. Like we're a small school. We're not trying to scale this into being a massive thing, because as soon as it's a massive thing, it doesn't really work. That's not, massive things don't work that well when it comes to individualization. And so this is small, it's intimate, and it's supposed to be personable. So if you call the school, believe it or not, you're going to get John or Timmy. More likely you're getting Timmy.
I was gonna say, they're out to get you are a lot better off.
Yeah. John, if you get John, you're going to get a lot of, well, let's see if we can get Timmy on the line. But if you get John, you're going to talk about art for probably God knows how long.
And I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
make a call to Timmy. It's like, is everything okay?
John's going to be like, I just spoke with someone for 3 hours about oils. No. So yeah, reach out. We're always happy to chat with new artists. It's one of my favorite things. I get to meet people from, honestly, I've gotten to meet people from all over the world. It's wild. It's like truly wild.
Cool.
Yeah. And it has challenged my ability to do small talk,
Mm-hmm.
because you do small talk, and if you think you're only talking with people in the US, it's pretty easy because your go-to is geographical. And I've traveled quite a lot in the US, so if I talk with anybody from any state, my immediate thing is like, "Oh yeah, I've been there. I love Washington State, you know. I go to Seattle all the time. I love Seattle. Love it. Amazing." And then I'm on the phone with someone from Amsterdam, and I'm like, I feel this pull to be like, I love Amsterdam. I feel this gravitational pull to say it, and I don't, because obviously I've never been there. But yeah,
Cool city. Got good museums.
I bet. Yeah, now I want to go. It's on my list. That also seems like another city. We were talking about this earlier before we went live.
Hmm.
Cities you can hand your baby to when you're going inside of a place, to just like whoever's in front of it, and they'll just be like, "Thank you, I'll watch this for you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know. Someone asked, "What do you?" This is a question we've had a million times, but it's always a good one for the new people. What do you do when you get stuck on a drawing, John? Do you get
Uh,
stuck often? Is that an experience you have?
well, I usually think if I keep working on it, I can figure it out. But sometimes they lose their freshness, and
Yeah.
it's just better to start over. Sometimes
Right.
that's that, but I do a lot less of that these days. I just feel like I can bring, some other materials to it or something to figure out how to make it work in some way. But that's just, lots of time practicing. That's the other, it's, the hardest thing, this is kind of revealing, but one of the hardest things that I had to learn about being an artist was being by myself all the time.
Oh, I didn't have problem with that lesson.
I did. I was a real like social gregarious, you know, individual when I was in school. And it's funny, I said that one day, and Sterling Hunley just like, he was just like, I had the exact same issue. He said I couldn't figure out how to just be by myself all that time. And it's kind of part of it. Oh, and a lot of artists don't deal with it because they're kind of, uh, introverts. But I'm not an introvert.
So, John, like as a problem, what did that look like? You just going to see friends instead of working on something, or
Yeah, I mean,
when it wasn't
I mean, it's
functional?
like
Yeah,
the commitment of the dedication of doing the work. That was
yeah,
something I had to figure out. I was real young. I mean, when I say real young, early 20s,
yeah.
um, when I was going through that, but it was sir, it was a thing. I mean, it was there, it was real. It wasn't like manifested in any way. It was actually something that happened to me. I guess it's say not all artists are introverts, I guess.
Hmm. Ooh, I'm not going fast enough here.
I'm obviously not going to get have time to paint this and kind of enjoying just sitting and drawing.
It looks good. You got his smile really well.
It's
Teeth are hard, like making
funny.
the teeth.
It looks so different than it does on my board. I mean, it's just I see it on film and I'm like, oh, geez. I'm sure everybody deals with that.
I'm struggling with the crease of the sketchbook being like under the chins. I keep having to do that. So how big is the commission that you're working on, John?
Um, the landscape is 40 by 40.
Yeah, knew it was
Uh,
going to be a big baby.
then the port I'm well I got two landscapes and a portrait. And the portrait is um not that big. It's going to be uh, 16 by 20.
Oh, that's what I'm painting right now is a 16 by 20.
It's a nice size. I mean, it's
Hmm.
you can get all the, you know, you can really play with paint and uh, get all the things you get from a bigger painting, I guess, is a way to explain it. I'm going to try to draw his teeth in here, and somehow I feel like I have an extra tooth. How did that happen?
Magic.
I'll have to figure that one out. There it is.
It's the 5 minute warning, everybody.
What?
Yep, it's happening.
Well, I'm gonna have to keep drawing my astronauts for a while.
I've got a I've got a rec for the week.
Ooh, sweet.
So my buddy and I, we've been revisiting books that we both went to an all boys school, and so we had to read all of these like manly novels by
Lord of
like,
the Flies
oh no, like
or
Hemingway
like all
stuff.
Hemingway.
It was pretty heavy Hemingway. Just a lot of that stuff. We're revisiting a lot of Hemingway, and Hunter S. Thompson. Which Hunter S. The fact that I read Hunter S. Thompson in high school isn't crazy. That you give a teenager a Hunter S. Thompson book, and be like,
Yeah.
and a Dare program at the same time. You know what I mean? you're like
Yeah. That's
you're
a
like
fascinating combination.
you're
There.
like we're gonna send you to Dare, but also this is art literature read.
Timmy,
Um,
you'll get a kick out of this. My
yeah,
freshman year of college, I read Fear and Loathing
yeah.
on a Friday. I started on a Friday afternoon. It's a real short read.
You
I
read it
st-
like you were on the trip.
yeah, I started it on a Friday afternoon
Yeah.
and completely blew off my date and a party I was supposed to go to because I got so into the book.
Oh, that's a
That's
testament. Blowing off a
awesome.
date and a party.
Yep,
Wow. Either really lame date and party or that book was amazing.
the
That's,
book was amazing.
I mean, I
yeah.
love it when a book does that, where you just want to shut everything else out and just be in it.
So, I got a random notification. I typically hate when Spotify is like, check this out because it's so algorithmized and it's all just like junk. It's always
Hmm.
just like it's always just like a Sabrina Carpenter impersonator, like or whatever. It's just like stuff that's not interesting. But it was like a weird thing broke through, and it was like a 30-minute interview with Hunter S. Thompson from like the 70s,
Oh, that's awesome.
and it's I believe it's called Live and Listen is the program that did it. Um, it's really obscure recording. There's not a ton of recordings, but there are a few, but there's not a ton. I've been told since then he didn't do a ton of interviews, and it's just this like really honest interview he gives about Gonzo journalism and his connection with journalism and storytelling and how it became a thing, and I loved it. And I'm like not like a Hunter S. Thompson head, like,
Hmm.
but I was like, oh, I totally dug it.
What was the podcast again that it was on?
I'll have to look it up. It's not a podcast. It's like a studio that all they
Okay,
do is they
how
find
the interview.
live and listen. I think.
Okay.
Um, I'll post it to Discord later when I can like iron it out. But I'm pretty sure like there's so few interviews with him. Like if you search for it on Spotify, if you just like search his name, you're gonna find like a bunch of like playlists from his books, and then that interview probably. But
I
it's
never
really
use
great.
Spotify because I don't pay for it, so it's just Commercial City.
Oh, really?
But I'll have to see if I can find it from
Yeah,
like.
I'm so special. I pay for it. Yeah,
I'm happy for you.
yeah, no. I have a family plan. I'll see if we can add you. Yeah. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I listened to it and I felt educational. I feel like I'm like I'm trying to work against this, but I feel like I am slowly gravity. I feel the gravity pulling me to like comforting things
Hmm.
in terms of
That's my
media
world.
I consume, and I think that's bad for me. I I
Why?
I think because I think it's false comfort. I don't think it's real, and
But
I think I'm not saying that your version of it is
no,
bad.
no, no, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling like judged by it.
Okay.
I'm just curious, like, because I feel like you seek out comfort because you feel stress otherwise. And if
Yeah.
you're already experiencing other stress, to me, why would you seek out other stuff that could add to stress? For me, like watching fictionalized stress and experience, like I experience that stress too. I don't like, so I
Hmm.
don't seek it out because I already have enough stress and I don't
So, yeah.
want
So
to add.
to be clear, it's like listening to the same albums that comfort me, listening to the same podcasts that comfort me, and I guess I'm not growing or learning from them,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. No, I feel like
Yeah.
if I have other learning experiences already going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you have enough
I
learning.
thought it was
You have children,
interesting.
so like yeah.
I
You're
thought it
like
was interesting you were talking about comfort and Hunter S. Thompson at the same
yeah.
time. I thought
Yeah.
that was a funny combination.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. I'm John, what I'm saying is this is me departing from that comfort.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh, good.
Yeah, I wouldn't like I would never recommend some of the things that make me feel comfort, you know? And then sometimes I think that current media that becomes very like popular media now is like heralded as um like high brow media, and I'm just like no, it's comfort. You like comfort and that's okay. You can just say it's comforting and you enjoy it, but like that is not like high culture. Like, don't let's not pretend this show is high culture. You know what I mean?
Wait a sec.
I know
Are
you
you
know what
telling
I'm
me
talking about.
Jackass isn't high culture? Because come
I
on.
would say the Jackass is Cassandra. Conceptually, I would say that there are shows that, and people take this so personally. There are shows that and movies that are not high culture but are just fun. And there was a time where you would just be like, well, that was fun. And it's really fun. And there's something great about that. But now we have to be like, no, it's also really smart. And it's smart in a way you don't even understand.
But also, I
I'm talking
find
about the pit. I'm talking about the pit,
I
people.
love the pit. I love the pit.
I'm talking about the pit. I'm talking about that one
Tonight,
show a
yeah.
few
But
years
also
ago.
some
This
things
Is
I
Us.
feel
Yeah.
that are like lauded as like
Yeah.
cultural and the epitome of like everything right, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, I hated that.
Oh yeah, that also. It
And
goes
like
both ways.
all the people go like all the critics go for it, and I was like, oh no, can't we have them go happy for something else?
Yeah, I get it.
Hit I love though.
You can love it. Totally fine with anybody saying they love it, and I actually really enjoyed it as well. Like
Mhm.
it's the like how many awards can we give this show?
I'm not claiming to be
Yeah.
one that is the definer of like what is considered highbrow or class.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at what I've chosen to do with my art career. I don't think I'm the person that's going to
No,
define for
I
you.
am I'm like 5 years living in New York away from just slowly becoming Fran Libowitz. Like just like cultural cynicist. No, I'm teasing. It's also I think that it's I love conversations around those topics
hmm
or around like that,
Well,
and so it's
also
fun.
what we define as like really important now often is not what is defined as really important later, too. It's
Exactly.
interesting to see what was big now and or what used to be big in the past and is barely remembered.
Right. You guys ready to see some art?
Always.
Let's do it.
Oh, I love it when he does videos.
We're gonna watch the whole 10-second video.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a loop. Nice. That's great. Awesome.
Ooh,
Alexandra, that was
oh,
killer.
that is fantastic.
Pretty nice.
Nice. Nice, Robert. Good
Nice,
warm up.
Robert.
Oh, lost you. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry you have a bad migraine,
Oh, rough.
but great drawings. Hope your head feels
Oh,
better. Oh, I love that.
nice. Yeah, that's
I
funny,
think you did a
Alyssa.
great job. Ooh.
Oh,
Oop.
sorry. Lost you. Everybody's still posting because now they're like, Timmy just went there, so I'm going to post now. Yeah. Awesome. Nice,
Very
Terry.
cool, Terry.
Good stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I love the
Ooh, I
flag. That's
love
killer.
that. Yeah. Great textures in that.
Ooh.
Oh, wonderful line work.
Love that
That's cool.
astronaut.
Yeah. Great job.
Neil, what happened on the moon? That's great.
Fantastic.
Good stuff. Nice.
Ooh, love it.
Awesome.
That's really cool. Great job, Wired Eyes. Nice, Anne.
Good stuff.
Ooh, great
Good drawing.
drawing. That's really
I
nice.
love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Trying to look at the frame. Yeah.
Oh, great job, Sabrina.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. I like what you did there.
You know what we haven't seen that I want to see? An
Hmm.
etch a sketch drawing.
Ooh.
Somebody bring it.
Oh, that's so hard.
I know.
Great drawing. Oh, that's awesome. Look at you got all the patchwork.
Oh yeah.
Well
There you
done.
go. That look at that Star Trek thing they stole.
Oh, I love it, Jeff.
Oh, that's awesome, Jeff.
So cool. Lovely. Oh, wow. I love.
Love it.
Beautifully done.
Awesome. Nailed the backdrop on that one.
Yeah. Really nice silhouettes in there. Great
Yeah.
job.
Good stuff,
Good.
Anita.
Oh,
Mm.
I like that you individualize the portraits, Anne. Oh, that's
I
fun.
love that.
That's
That's
really
awesome.
fun.
Those
Oh my
chins.
gosh.
It's amazing.
Yes.
You'd be like, yeah, you gotta have a hell of a chin to get on the moon.
Yeah, the guy all the way on the right had a really strong chin. You did
Yeah.
great with that. Ooh, nice.
That is so
Beautiful.
funny.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
lovely, AJ. I love it. Great job,
Marcy.
Marcy.
Nice.
That's awesome. You know what, Marcy? You have license to always go off script. Marcy knows how to improv.
I love Marcy's work.
Great.
Great job, Anne.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
Virgie.
Virgie. Great job.
Rocket City, USA. There we go.
That's cool. Nice.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That backdrop is awesome. I want my
Oh,
own.
that's really cool. Great job.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
so cool. Wow.
Oh my
Sharing
gosh,
it.
that's awesome.
Like your
Nice.
whole day is on theme.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
That's
Julian,
really
that's beautiful.
Nice. He's a good hero to have.
Hmm.
Hilarious.
Andy, that's so cool.
That's hilarious.
Dang.
Ooh, Gary, good
Played
drawing.
the live
That
NASA feed.
is
I do gotta say,
beautiful.
playing the live NASA feed live in a classroom is a dangerous game.
I was in elementary school and the
Yeah,
Challenger was played for me.
yeah. It's like, all right, Gary. But no, yeah, thankfully. Yeah,
Oh, cool. Gary, those were amazing.
awesome.
Really nice.
I'm late. I'm late. I love it. Juan, no, no, what is
Got
going
him in
on, man?
one.
Hey, you know what? You got here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Terry, that's
Ooh,
awesome.
Terry.
Love it,
I like
Terry.
kind of how you flicked the paint around. That's cool
Yeah, you did,
texture and
didn't you?
stuff.
Nice, Terry.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Valerie,
Great
nice.
job,
I owe you
Valerie.
an email. I owe you an email. I'm so sorry. All right. This is where I learned about the emails I owe people. Like, ugh.
Oh, that's really
Good stuff.
great. Great job.
Awesome.
Nice.
I love that. That's
Ooh, yeah,
great,
that's cool.
isn't it? Yeah, that's fun.
Well designed. Great choices.
Really is. Oh, Lee,
Oh, that's
cooking.
lovely.
What a good one to end on. Also, Disneyland. What's up? Is that a notepad or is it is
Disneyland Resort,
okay,
but it's
cool.
well placed,
Yeah,
It looks like it's
it's
supposed
fun.
to be there.
It does look yeah, I was like, wait, what is this? Oh no, it's just the note.
Like NASA and
Yeah.
Disney now are together.
Yeah. Apparently Disney bought another thing.
Oh, Lisa's a board from work. Well done.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Working at Disney. Nice. That was a fun one. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. John, Cassandra, what a fun little back to the basics episode. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks for that, guys.
John, remind everybody our guest next week. It's very exciting.
Charlie Grack.
It's going to
Woohoo.
be fun.
It's
It'll
gonna
be
be
a good
so
one.
cool.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. We're going to get to talk with a new person. We're all going to behave ourselves. Um,
So
just some
sad.
quick housekeeping. All right, the the VAP Discord server is under attack, people. Please message me if you see spam, and don't clutch your pearls too much with the spam. It's just spam. Try to delete it if you can. If you report it, just let me know. We got a couple sheriffs in town. If you want to be a sheriff or be considered to be a Discord sheriff, message me. I will. I'll give you a badge.
Deputize. You'll
Yeah,
get
I'll
deputized.
deputize you. Because I need it. I've got one person. They're doing the Lord's work. They're reporting nonstop. They need some help. So let me know. I'll deputize you. So fun night. Check out visualartspassage.com if you want to learn more about our mentorships. And if not, we'll see you next week for the Taxman Cometh.
Woohoo.
We're going to be drawing people who have evaded taxes and hanging out with our new friend.
All right. Thank
All
you,
right,
Pumpkin
Cassandra.
everybody.
Cometh.
Thank you, Timmy.
Thank you,
Everybody
John.
that
Thank you,
joined,
Timmy. Thank you, everybody.
fun night.
Bye.